You know who is going on his Law and Order trip. He's got this crazy stance, and he's threatened to deploy U.S. military. And he also, remember, mocked governors for not taking him up on his order to deploy the National Guard and making time for some photo ops along the way. Joy, I understand that that the optics really annoyed the heck out of you. I have to say, I was shocked when he held up the Bible and it didn't burst into flame, but that was just me. What your thoughts? Your thoughts about the
You know what? He better start praying to that Bible, because his numbers are now 38%. So he's in a little bit of trouble. And the last two presidents who had that kind of number at this point did not get reelected: Jimmy Carter and George H.W. Bush. So better watch out. But where is there to begin this week? It was so fabulous, so many highlights. I mean, there was the Bible photo op, which irritated evangelicals, even some of them. There was the hiding in the bunker. Where was Melania and Barron? Were they down there with him? I wasn't sure. And then my fave, building a huge fence around the White House. I mean, he finally got his fence. I wonder if the Mexicans are paying for it, because and my heart burst with joy when I saw that people were putting paintings and signs all over his stupid fence. I mean, what kind of a president fences himself in from the American people? Come off of it. You're a loser. You're done. Put a fork in him.
Well, the generals and his own defense secretary disagreed with him about deploying the troops. But how much can he lean into martial law here, Sonny?
Well, I think what's scary, Whoopi, is that the Insurrection Act does give the president some authority to use armed forces, including the National Guard, inside U.S. borders to restore order and enforce law. And I just talked about last segment this militarization of the police. And in fact, the $6 billion that U.S. police forces around the country they got that money from the 1033 program of the U.S. Department of Defense. So that's a real thing. And what we have found statistically is that when you have that increase of military equipment, you also have a higher level of force used against Americans. And so this could really be a disaster, actually using military forces. And I just started thinking, I've had generations of my families, both sides of my family, in the military, as all of us have. And I know for a fact that they did not join the military to police their brothers and sisters in the United States. I mean, that is not what people join the military to do. So I am just flabbergasted that this president, someone who did not serve, who avoided service, would even talk about the Insurrection Act, which was passed, I think, in 1807, right? 1807. It's just ludicrous.
Yeah.
It's absurd.